Buckeyes, Cornhuskers. Here we go from Columbus. This ball fielded and muffed, covered up at the 9-yard line. First down and 10 of the 9-yard line for Nebraska. And they hand it off on first down. And Dante Dowdell slipping. Second down and 12 at the 7. Raiola sidearm. And he finds Emmett Johnson, gets upfield. Johnson to the 15. Dante Dowdell in the backfield. Third down and 6. Raiola in trouble. Raiola, and he'll be sacked at the 5-yard line. Ryan Day spending a lot of time over the last 2 weeks with the defense. Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator, with no problem with the head coach. Sticking his nose in there, and now a shank punt that'll take a bounce and go out of bounds at the Nebraska 35. So Nebraska off to a horrible beginning. 31-yard punt, 14 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns for the Kansas State transfer. To throw it on first down, and he throws it out wide to Carnell Tate, and makes a couple of people miss and gets close to that first down marker. De'Vion Henderson in the backfield. Howard with pressure, and Howard is sacked. Great rush by this Nebraska squad. Jamari Butler, the junior. Nebraska with 2 excellent defensive tackles. Howard over the middle and caught. Not enough for the first down, however.
It's going to be aggressive here. Keep his offense on the field and go for it on fourth down.
Went for it on fourth down a couple of times against Oregon 2 weeks ago and was successful. Led to 14 points. Fourth down and short. Buckeyes need a yard at the 27. Henderson, the lone setback. They give it to him straight ahead. Oh, he might not have got it. Those tackles in the middle came up big. What a stand for Nebraska. MJ Sherman. Nebraska with some room. First down and 10 for young 19-year-old Dylan Raiola. He'll throw a screen pass near side and they drop. Raiola with the handoff straight ahead, nowhere to go. They'll lose a yard as Dowdell fights to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Dowdell in the backfield with Raiola. Here's Raiola. Winds up, throws the deep ball. Oh, caught at the 41-yard line. What a catch by Isaiah Nair. And Raiola really putting that ball in the bucket.
Perfect throw. Raiola, where only his player can get it.
Uh-oh.
Did he secure that one through the ground? That's going to be close. I don't know if they'll take a look at that again, but I do love the aggressiveness, Gus. This is a team that did not create many explosive plays leading into today, and in particular last week in their blowout loss against Indiana. Man, a great effort. I think it's that left hand. You see right here, the left hand's on it, and then as he rolls over, the left hand comes off of it. I know that's
so close.
And it is, and especially
so nitpicky.
It is, you're right, Gus, and in particular because what a great effort from Nair and a beautiful pass from Raiola. And again,
after
I just
further
love them being
review, the
aggressive.
ruling on the field has changed. The receiver did not maintain possession of the ball as the ball hit the turf. It is an incomplete pass.
Bushini, last punt, 31 yards. Abuka with the fair catch inside his own 30. Quinshon Judkins in the backfield, the Ole Miss transfer. They give it to him, trying to run right, and he is swarmed under. Ty Robinson leading the way. That's a loss of 1, but the guys I like to watch, Ty Robinson, Nash, Hutmaker. These guys can really go big wrestler type football players.
Yeah, that's right, and they are interior players. They were so disappointed with their game plan from a week ago, and they want to make sure that Robinson or Hutmaker are on the interior, there to stop the run on every snap today.
Second and 11. Howard jitterbugging in the backfield. Got to move, and he can. Slides down at the 30. Third down and 9 at the 29. Judkins remains in the game. Howard to throw it underneath. Caught at the line of scrimmage, but it won't be enough for the first down. This time Jeremiah Smith getting out of bounds, gaining 6, and Ohio State will have to punt it away. Garcia Castaneda is the return man. And he has it at the 18-yard line. That guy needs to shave that mustache, I'll tell you that. That's a college mustache. First down and 10 at the 19. And I'm talking.
You just praised their fans.
With my hokey mustache that I'm wearing. Here's a handoff straight ahead, Johnson.
I wasn't going to say
I know. Everybody's been killing me about my mustache. Because you know, by the time he leaves, he's going to be great. As Johnson runs it.
And doing really well in leadership, holding guys accountable. But now you got to go out there and play well.
Sprints out on 3rd and 3, wants to run it. And he'll pick up the first down on his own using his legs.
I like that, right? How about that answer? And that's something that we don't normally see Raiola do, is use his legs. And he does a nice job as he's rolling outside of the pocket here of just giving a little bit of a pump fake to freeze the defense. Right about there, he just kind of lifts the ball and allows him just to get back inside of Sonny Styles, number 6. And he's able to dive for the line to gain and moves the chains. That's the type of run. I know it's small, but as a young guy, like everybody on the field and on the sideline is like, all right, that's our guy. Here we go. He's in it. Now we need to be in it. And I got to tell you, Gus, I like him to take a shot here soon.
First down for either team. Here's a quick throw to the near side. Barney. Denzel Burke against Oregon with 5 tackles. 2nd down and 11. Raiola steps up in the pocket with room. Raiola slides down. And he'll pick up positive yardage once again, this time for 3rd down and 7. At the 34-yard line, Dowdell in the backfield. Raiola looking, steps up again. Raiola wants to run it, dives forward. I don't know where his knee fell. He's close. So Matt Rule will take a timeout, 4th and 2. Huskers have to feel good about how they performed thus far, keeping this game close after last week's disaster in Bloomington. Ball fair caught at the 10. We're going to have to start putting some money on this for you. Got 3 kids. And here's Henderson breaking it outside. And Travion Henderson makes chicken salad. A 14-yard run after being bottled up in the backfield. 10 carries, 87 yards. Last game against Oregon. 1st and 10 of the 24. Howard delivers near side. Nice catch. Mecca Abuka. 2nd down and 2 at the 32. Here's the run. Henderson, and he'll be dropped for maybe a 6-yard loss. Mahalski, 4th year in the program, replaces Josh Simmons, who was injured against Oregon. As you mentioned, Joel, 3rd and 6 at the 28. Howard hit as he throws, and a flag on the play.
So Mecca is going just right down the seam on this go route. He kind of gets held by Malcolm Hartzell.
Defense number 7. The ball be placed at the spot on the foul. Includes an automatic 1st down.
Boy, Nebraska was after Will Howard. There's your boy Ty Robinson, Gus, but look at all those white jerseys after Will Howard in the backfield. This offensive line for Ohio State so far today here in this first quarter, you're looking at the first 13 minutes of game time, and they just have not played well. Too much pressure on Will Howard, not enough run lanes. So they're trying to find their footing up front and allow these great skill position players the opportunity to showcase their talent.
1st down and 10 of the 43. They pitch it to Henderson. Henderson with a lane. Oh, he almost broke one. 10th in Ohio State history in rushing. Next up, Carlos Hyde. 2nd and 4. Howard to the sideline. Nice throw. Good catch out of bounds. 1st down to the 40-yard line. Howard sets up. Throws a deep ball's got a man. Caught. Touchdown. Buckeyes. Carnell Tate. 40 yards for Carnell Tate. And here's a young man that caught 18 balls for 264 yards and a score during his freshman season. Getting off to a sensational start right here on Fox. And this ball goes into the end zone. First question, who are you going for, Yankees or Dodgers?
Well, I live in California now, so I've got to go with the Dodgers.
1st down and 10 of the 25. Got some good theater brewing here. See how the Cornhuskers respond. Dowdell gains 2. And that could take us to the end of the first quarter. down and 8. Raiola scrambling, throws on the move, caught close to the first down mark.
You know, we told our guys, like, let's go in, let's weather the storm early, let's hang in there. Some of our young guys made a couple mistakes, settle them down, and we've got 3 quarters left to go play ball.
All right, on first down, another completion, ball squirts out. Nebraska looks like they've jumped on it. 12-yard gain for Nebraska, first down to the 47. Raiola guns it underneath, that one low. Second down and 10 at the 47. Play fake, Raiola with the fade in the corner, and incomplete. His receiver hadn't turned around. That's Isaiah Nair. Some miscommunication going on. Dowdell in the backfield. Ohio State showing blitz. They pick it up. Raiola steps away from it. Huge lane. Here comes Dylan Raiola. Here's the sideline. Look at the 19-year-old out of bounds at the 15. First and 10 at the Ohio State 15. Can Nebraska pay it off? Dowdell, nothing doing this time. Caleb Downs, second and 13 at the 18. Raiola, this one dialed, and not a lot. Emmett Johnson in the backfield with Raiola. Raiola drops it off. Johnson, and Johnson will be tackled for another loss. First man to him, Tyleek Williams. A loss of 2. So John Hole comes in to attempt a 39-yard field goal. Got it up and good. And that is a positive sign for the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
You bet. I tell you exactly.
Last week he did not attempt a field goal.
Matt Rule was holding his breath, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Matt Rule said last week against Indiana, nobody saw that coming. Didn't expect that. But we have to grow from it, build, get back to work, and that's what they've done. 7-3 right now. Our score. First down and 10 to 25. Second down and 6 to 29. They'll run it straight ahead. It's Judkins
and Jigba up there in Seattle.
They'll run it and pick up the first down. First down and 10 to the 40. You talked to Chip Kelly yesterday. Did you mention that to him?
No, I didn't. I haven't been given Chip advice.
Howard guns it down the field. Smith! Jeremiah! Touchdown! Buckeyes, 60 yards.
And that's why Geno Smith is correct. He could be an all-time great.
They send it away. And this one will not be returned. It is my pleasure and our honor to have the Heisman Trophy winner with us, Eddie George, and the head coach of the Tennessee State.
It's great to see you.
What's going on, man? The Fox family.
That's right. That's right.
We're with this guy here, Joel.
That's right.
Well, it's our year 1.
Yes, year 1. We did 2 years together back in the studio.
Yes.
That was so good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm blessed, man.
Good.
I'm on my bye week right now. I had to come up, check out the Buckeyes, and get ready for the final quarter of our season at Tennessee State. So that's it, man. Just enjoying it.
Eddie, you're doing a great job with Tennessee State. You got UT Martin, if I'm not mistaken, next. Isn't that right?
Yes. Yeah, defending OBC Big South champs. And they play Eastern Illinois today, and they're good. We got SEMO to back in. So we got a tough schedule in November, but we're up for the challenge. We're getting this thing for sure.
Second down and 8 at the 27-yard line. What's the difference between the teams that you played for here at Ohio State and what you're seeing with the Bucks, with Ryan Day, more of an offensive, passing type coach, and college football in general as a head coach?
Well, I'll say this. Coach Chip Kelly came in, I think it's changed the identity a little bit. Years prior, I thought, they were throwing to really emphasize the passing game. I mean, when you have Stroud and those receivers, that's what you have to do. But now it's kind of harkened back to running the football, dominating the trenches, and that's what I'm kind of seeing this year. With Judkins and Henderson, dominating the ground game. So that's what we're kind of seeing right now.
Third down and 3 at the 32-yard line, and a whistle We're going to keep you up here for a while. We're going to put you to work.
Hey, man,
You're not getting out of here easy.
This is my bye
ball.
week.
Drive-by.
I just came up to say, hey.
No. And Joel is going to pay you when you're done.
Oh, man.
That's right.
3rd down and 8 at the 27-yard line for Raiola. Empty backfield. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Twins at the top. Quick toss. Ohio State smelling it out. Nothing doing. Lloyd with the reception. But Kenyatta Jackson gets there first. 8th tackle for a loss for the Buckeyes here in the first half with 6 minutes to go. Bushini sends it away. Ibuka fields it on the run at the 35. Gets a little bit more running room and keeps moving. Eddie, we're going to keep you here because the offense is coming on the field. Will Howard directs traffic. Play fake. Howard looking for the long ball. Checks it down instead. And he's got his tight end, G. Scott.
Jeremiah Smith is such a freak athlete. Great receiver. Of course, Ohio State's had some in the past, but he could be down as one of the best ones.
And they'll pitch it. Back-to-back 1,000-yard runner coming from Ole Miss. Have you seen him play? What do you think?
You know, I see a little bit of him. He has great contact balance, great vision. He gets downhill right now. They have him in a system where he's running a lot of dual, a lot of power, you know, taking advantage of him, getting to the second level. And I think he's a phenomenal back.
1st down and 10 at the 43. Howard throwing on the move. Nice throw. Great catch. Carnell Tate again, who has a touchdown. But, Eddie, when you look at this offense, what's their weakness? What do you like to see him improve on?
Well, again, I think Howard he has to stretch the field more.
Here's a handoff. Keep it going.
I believe that, you know, he has to be able to stretch the field a little bit more in terms of getting the ball downfield. I don't know if this was his longest pass of the year, going to Jeremiah Smith on the touchdown. I'm not sure if that was the longest touchdown pass.
60 yards.
60 yards, but getting him to stretch the field more. I would say that might be the weakness if I were to look at this point. And that's not a bad weakness to have. I mean, he's clearly a good quarterback, capable, but he's going to have to make, you know, some big time plays if Ohio State's going to be a serious contender for the national title.
Right on 2nd down, here's Howard again. Looking, and Howard hit as he throws that ball loose. I don't know if his hand was coming forward, but the Buckeyes say they have the football.
We got pressure again over on that left side of the offensive line. This is Zin Mahalski. He goes down, and they are just eating him up in the pass rush right now. And Howard can't get
rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the offense. It's 3rd down.
I think that was a fumble. I don't think the hand was going forward. That was Willis McGahee, by the way. We all know his dad. Willis McGahee played for, you know, Denver as well as many other teams in the NFL. This is a true freshman from Miami, Willis McGahee, and he comes in, beats Mahalski, and gets to Will Howard. That ball is out, and Donovan Jackson was able to recover it.
So Ohio State threatening. 3rd down and 6 at the 22. Empty backfield for Howard. Howard in trouble. Howard turns a corner, and he's tracked down from behind. Terrific pursuit. M.J. Sherman. And as you mentioned, Joel, this Ohio State offensive line is having some problems.
Yeah, they really are. You're going to get pressure here, and then you're going to get a tight pressure from this left side. So right guard gets beat pretty easily. That's Saraveld. And then Mahalski gives up a little pressure as well, and Will Howard is just trying to run for his life. And you got to credit Nebraska for what they're able to do, and they're playing aggressive. And M.J. Sherman, the transfer from Georgia, he was in there in a hurry.
Jaden Fielding in to attempt a 42-yarder, his first attempt of the day with 2:09 to go. Good snap, clean hold, and he pushed it wide right. Nebraska still in this game. Well, Eddie, thank you so much for joining us, man.
It's an honor.
You know how much we love you.
Love you guys, man.
You're a man.
You guys are the best.
Thank you, man.
Joel,
so good to see you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Best to your family.
Thank you. You too.
14-3, flag on the play. Eddie George, 1995 Heisman Trophy winner, incredible NFL player. I remember calling the game, Joel, Tennessee and Baltimore. Eddie George.
Pass interference. Defense number 1. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Includes an automatic first down.
He's so jacked. That shelf, terrific. 1st and 10 at the 39. Here's a run And Johnson picks up some great yardage. You have to like the way Nebraska's been competing in this game. 14-yard gain on the last play. First down to the 47. Raiola underneath on the slant play. He's got his man. Nicely done. Nair finding a soft spot. Gains 8.
They need to get down the field.
Second down and 2. The handoff for the first down. And it looks like they have the first down. First down. Dowdell. Clock will stop. 3-yard gain momentarily. First down to the 35. 26 seconds left. Twins at the top of your screen. Raiola goes that way. Throws it behind his receiver. It's called at the 30. Fedoni will quickly get to the line of scrimmage and spike the football with 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left. Raiola looking. Raiola in the corner. Incomplete. And a flag. Wow. Denzel Burke may be called for pass interference. And that looks like he's inside the 5-yard line.
It's going the other way.
Pass interference. Offense number 18. 15-yard penalty.
Isaiah Nair. Now they're out of field goal range. Third down and 20 to the 45. 9 seconds left. Raiola to the sideline. And that looks like a first down for Fedoni.
Ohio State should have someone back here just in case that this is short. They should have someone back to try to return this kick.
From 50, Hole. Got it! Woo! John Hole, pure. And Nebraska will take the 3. Buckeyes will get the football to start the second half. And we're underway from Columbus. 14-6. And Ohio State will run it. Innes runs into a pile at the 20 and goes backwards.
And we were talking about it. In that sequence, I'm glad that they were able to still get the 3 points.
They'll run it on first down. Quinshon Judkins.
They have got to start opening up these run holes for these backs.
Second down and 8 at the 21. Howard goes through his progressions, pulls it down, throws on the move. Caught. Jeremiah Smith out of bounds, short of the first down. Third down and 3 at the 26. Howard with time, up high, incomplete. Jeremiah Smith, the reception, don't think he got a foot in bounds. Joe McGuire will punt it away from the 11. Garcia Castaneda, the return man, lets it take a bounce. And it'll bounce inside the Nebraska 15. And that's where they will start it. Wisconsin playing a lot better football than Penn State right now. Going through some turmoil.
It's got to be your best stuff here as a play caller.
On second and 8, here's some good stuff here with the running lane, and it is Barney with a burst of speed, gets close to that 30-yard line. What does your best stuff mean?
You've got to look at that iPad. Remember, they've got the video. You can see all the formations. You can see what went on in the first half. And you've got to understand what structures gave us the best opportunity to have success. That's number one. Then, Gus, it comes to concepts. You marry those structures with the concepts that gave you some opportunity to move the ball down the field, and you've got to convict yourself to be aggressive. I think Marcus Satterfield, the offensive coordinator, has got to be aggressive right now.
Play fake. Raiola sets up, fires, and incomplete. From Warway, New Jersey, Seton Hall Prep. Here's a handoff and a lane again for Nebraska. Dante Dowdell. And he'll gain 14 on second and 10. First down at the 43. Another handoff, another huge hole, Dowdell. And he'll get to the Ohio State 45. Caleb Downs with the tackle. EJ, no, play fake, caught on the sideline, flag on the play. Let's see. Banks with the reception.
It's a Great job by Banks.
Pass interference. Defense number 1. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is a first down.
That's Igmanosin. Right now, Nebraska just driving it right down the field on Ohio State.
Harbig's in the game at quarterback, Raiola as well, and in the slot, that's Jalen Lloyd. He's the fastest player on the field.
He'll sprint out, looking, takes his time, throws sideline and out of bounds. Dowdell back in the backfield. Raiola, little toss over the top, caught, and that's Barner. Janarin Bonner, 3rd down and 7 at the 30. Raiola off his back foot, incomplete, and a flag on the play. Igmanosin may be again near the intended receiver.
This is absolutely pass
interference. Defense number 1. The ball placed in the spot of the foul. It's an automatic first down.
First down and 10 of the 24. Handoff. Dowdell running downhill. And he'll pick up a chunk. 2nd and 6.
I'll tell you, the way that this structure is built, you know, a run play right over here, I think would work.
There's Raiola running that way. He hesitated. If he would have burst through that hole, you were absolutely right, Joel. 3rd down and 4 at the 18-yard line. Here's your matchup. They'll run it and get close to the first down with Emmett Johnson.
Illegal shift. Offense number 84. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Raiola in trouble. Raiola, and he swarmed under. Dylan Raiola swarmed under JT Tuimoloau. 39 and 54 from 47. Good. John Ho. He's got this team playing as hard as they could possibly play.
100%. And you got to give him a lot of credit for the way that this group refocused quickly, specifically on defense.
Ittis. It'll go down at the 20-yard line. In this game, 1st and 10 of the 21, Ohio State up 14-9, but in a dogfight. This one in the seam, intercepted. Hartzog with a lane at the 20. Hartzog knocked out of bounds deep in Ohio State territory. Malcolm Hartzog, the junior. But there is a flag.
After the interception and during the return, sideline warning Nebraska. It's their first of the half. There's no yardage penalty involved. 1st down and 10 Nebraska.
3rd interception of the year for Hartzog, and they'll run it with Dowdell. He crosses the line of scrimmage, gains a yard on the play. 2nd down and goal at the 6. Dowdell, the single setback. Can they get it in? Dowdell, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and goal at the 6. They run it around the right side with blockers. And Lloyd leans forward to the 1-inch line. Robinson lining up as a fullback. 4th and goal at the 1. Can they pay it off? Over the top? No! Ohio State's defense denies. Ohio State starts 1st and 10 at their own 1. Judkins in the lineup. Howard with the quarterback sneak, and they'll brotherly shove him to give him a little bit more yardage. Judkins. 3rd down and 2 at the 9. Howard to throw it. And incomplete. Ibuka, the target, and now Ohio State has to punt. Do you throw the ball on that play, Joel, or do you run it for, you need 2 yards?
Well, I don't mind throwing the football, but the problem here, Gus, is that the pass protection is just not good. Mahalski is just struggling, and Howard has that one kind of tipped coming out of his hand, and secondary was right there.
McGuire punting about 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Garcia Castaneda, the return man, fields it at the 45, makes one man miss and goes down at the 42. So Nebraska with excellent field position, a 36-yard punt and a 3-yard return. And here comes young Dylan Raiola. Burst down and 10 at the 42. They throw it out wide to a wide open target. That's Barney. And Ja'Cory Barney with the burst. He can really play. Raiola, play fake. Pumps. Looks long. Incomplete. No flags on the play. And it's Barney again. And Barney had turned one way and the ball was thrown the other way. 2nd and 10 at the 32. 2:40 to go, third quarter. Raiola lobs it. Sideline. Oh, he had a wide open receiver. 3rd down and 10 at the 32. Dowdell and a running back. Raiola. And Raiola sacked again. He had no time. Ty Hamilton. Buschini will have to punt it. And he'll look to pin this one deep in Ohio State territory. Got to pop it in the air, and that's what he does. But it gets in the end zone anyway. At 3 men back there, couldn't keep it from going into the end zone. On 1st down, here's the running game with Henderson. Davion Henderson close to that 1st down. Ohio State 16 yards of offense on 3 possessions in the 2nd half prior to that run. 2nd down and 2 at the 28. Howard with the run. And it's Henderson. Stopped by Ty Robinson. 1-yard gain. There's Chipper the Ripper. 3rd down and 1. And they will not get it. Unbelievable. Jimmy Butler. Make that Jamari Butler. First man to him, and Ohio State has to punt it again.
Well, here's the read. So Will Howard sees that the linebacker goes up and over the top. You see that linebacker there? So that's why he gives the ball, but the defensive end, Butler, had crashed down in there. If anything, that's got to be a throw read on the outside, but he hands the football off. No one to block the end or the linebacker, and it's a tackle for loss.
McGuire to punt from the 14. Garcia Castaneda back at his own 33.
I mean, this defense got over 200 yards put on them last week in the run game against Indiana. Ohio State didn't make a 1st down in that 3rd quarter offensively.
Joe McGuire to punt it away. And here comes Dylan Raiola back onto the field.
Now it's incumbent on this offense to try to get creative and maybe create an explosive play.
1st down from the 26, and here's an explosive play here. Down the sideline. Dowdell, and he tiptoes out of bounds. But another explosive play, this time for 19 yards. 1st down from the 45. Raiola underneath, and it's caught by his tight end, Fedoni, and he'll dive forward and get inside the Ohio State 20.
I think, Gus, there's a flag way back at the beginning of this play. I think it's on Ohio State. It, to me, looked like a defensive holding up at the top of the screen.
Holding. Defense number 24. The penalties declined. The result of the play is a 1st down.
So that's on Jermaine Matthews, and he was working against Jamal Banks, number 4, away from the ball. But what happens at the ball, Caleb Downs ran into the official and got knocked off of Fedoni, and that's why Fedoni was wide open to be able to run down the field.
1st down and 10, Nebraska. And Raiola, he's tripped up and taken down. Make that Harburg. And they'll run the end around. Barney. And Barney goes down at the 20, maybe the 19-yard line. Denzel Burke with the tackle. Gain of 7. 3rd down and 6 at the 19-yard line. Dowdell in the backfield with Raiola. Here's Dylan Raiola looking underneath, caught, 1st down. That's his tight end, the big fella, doing it again. Fedoni, a gain of 8.
Beautiful job by Fedoni. Watch him just hook up right at the line to gain and in front of the defenders. Great job by your tight end, and Raiola was looking that way the whole time, found him. And Fedoni, I tell you what, he had a great game last week. I know they lost by 49, so no one wants to say, hey, you played great. But Fedoni really did, and now it's nervous time for the Buckeye fans here in the shoe. Fedoni had 6 catches, Gus, for 91 yards last week against Indiana. Coaches praised how hard he played all game long, and that was a huge catch on a 3rd down.
1st down and 10 at the 11. Nebraska can still get another 1st down. Raiola dancing, lobs it, quarterback, incomplete. They'll give it to him, breaks it back, and he'll get inside the 10 as he leans forward and gains 3 yards.
Well, I wonder how aggressive he's going to be here. Is this another 4-down territory? Why not? This is what I would say, Gus.
Yeah, no, you got to take the points.
I mean, do you?
Yes.
Can you guarantee me that you're going to get another possession and drive it down like this? Remember, this
the way
team,
Ohio State's been playing offensively, you'll get another shot. Take the points.
if they can get this ball inside the 5 and it's 4th down, I think they're going to go for it on 4th down.
3rd down and 7 at the 8. Here comes a blitz. Raiola underneath, caught, touchdown Nebraska. Whoa! Nair! And the Cornhuskers, after getting drilled 56-7 last week to Indiana, lead Ohio State 15-14. First lead of the day.
Gus, he's a quick learner. Raiola on the previous series didn't throw hot. Here, he sees that the extra rusher is coming for Ohio State. He backs away and he finds his hot receiver on the in-breaking route and he throws a touchdown. That's what you've got to do to develop as a quarterback right there. You learn from your mistakes earlier in the game, and he was able to do that. Doesn't make the same mistake twice, and a beautiful job of just drifting away from the pressure as Downs is barreling down right through the middle of that offensive line, and he just drifts away and then throws the ball accurately on the outside. And now they will review this of whether he got in or not. So we are in an official review based on when that knee went down and where the ball was.
He did not get in, according to that picture.
Yeah, the shin puts him down and the ball would be just short. But Gus, that is a 1st down. So it would be 1st and goal for Nebraska, as that shin right there would put you down. That's dead at that point.
Mike Pereira joins us. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, no, he is down. The shin get in real time. I thought clear touchdown.
After further review, the runner's shin was down, and the ball was at the 1/4-yard line. That results in a 1st down. 1st down and goal, Nebraska.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Power formation. Last man through. Now it's a touchdown. Dowdell. 9-play drive, covering 74 yards. Cornhuskers eat up over 4 minutes.
Great push by the offensive line. There's the big defensive tackle in the game. Number 9, Ty Robinson, gets good push, and that's exactly where the running back, Dante Dowdell, goes up and over the top for a touchdown and the lead.
They keep the offense on the field. They're going for 2. Raiola, inside handoff, and it is a score. Shovel pass. Raiola, 18 of 27, 137 yards, a touchdown. No interceptions. He threw 3 interceptions and fumbled one away last week. 4 turnovers. Ohio State's offense had a third quarter to forget. 4 possessions, 3 3-and-outs, and an interception. First down at the 25. Howard to throw it. Guns it. And he has his receiver, Carnell Tate. Tate crosses the 40, gets up to the 44. First down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Inside handoff. Judkins hits the sideline and knocked out of play. Judkins. And he's tripped up, almost broke free. Gains 3. Henderson goes in motion out of the backfield. Trips at the top of your screen. Ohio State won him
here. Quarterback run.
Here's Howard. He'll run it in. He won't get it. Nicely defended by Jamari Butler, but you said it might be 4-down territory.
I tell you, I don't love this, though. Not from the shotgun. Put him up under center and just let him QB sneak. We saw a 4th and 1 fail earlier in the game because they didn't quarterback sneak.
He remains in the gun. 4th and 1. Howard sprints out, delivers, caught, and a first down. Emeka Ebuka.
And there's Mr. Reliable, right? Number 2.
Judkins, stutter step, gets through. And goes down, tumbles forward inside the 20. Judkins. No, it's Howard. And he'll dive forward, pick up the first down. Howard looking with time. Delivers. Caught. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quinshon Judkins. And it's good. Quentin Ives is the deep man. And this one into the end zone for a touchback. They'll give it to him on first down. 2nd and 7. And this time Johnson is swarmed under JT Tuimoloau. Raiola lets it go. And incomplete. No flags on the play. So Nebraska forced to punt it. 4:44 to go. Lucchini will send it away. Now Caleb Downs returning.
Prior to the ball being snapped, false start. Offense number 15. 5-yard penalty, it's still 4th down.
Lucchini inside his 10, no pressure. And it takes a Nebraska bounce and goes out of bounds. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's a handoff. Judkins won't get outside. He'll gain maybe 2 yards on the play. Deshaun Singleton with the tackle. Let's go downstairs to Jen.
Well, obviously a really good sign, Gus. Raiola out of the medical tent. They were evaluating that right shoulder. It almost appeared to be the joint area below the collarbone. He was in a significant amount of discomfort at first. He is back on the bench. He was doing some more film review. This guy is tough, and he wants to finish this one out.
Will Howard wants to deny him. He and the Ohio State offense. Handoff. Judkins. Empty backfield. Howard, quick toss out wide. And Henderson, no place to go. Javen Wright. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda is the deep man at the 30. Signals with a fair catch and has it at the 24. Raiola lobs it up. Over the shoulder, caught, and a flag. Banks.
This one likely goes against the offense. Banks, 2-hand chest push to get that space away from the corner.
Pass interference. Offense number 4. 15-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Not one empty seat in this building. Everybody has stayed. Raiola over the middle.
but did he hold it long enough? Flag on the play. Reese with the hit to dislodge the football.
And there is a flag. That flag came in. They're going to discuss targeting right now. Because Banks was considered defenseless, any forcible contact to the head or neck area.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Personal foul, targeting defense number 22. That penalty is under further review.
As he's trying to complete the process of the catch, he's deemed defenseless. Any contact to the head or neck area does not have to be Arvell Reese's helmet or the crown of his helmet. Any part of his body forcibly contacts with the head or neck area is a targeting by the rule.
After further review, it was determined that it was a catch. Targeting number 20 defense, he is disqualified from the ball game. The 15-yard penalty is worse than the spot of the fumble. Nebraska football, first down and 10.
Michael, thank you very much.
And now there's another flag. So now this is going to be marked off from the catch point.
Sideline warning, Ohio State.
Dowdell in the backfield with Raiola.
Prior to the ball being snapped, false start. Offense number 51. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Chubb's Nair against Denzel Burke has been good.
First down at 15. And nothing doing. And they didn't. That brings us to the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes to go. Down 21-17. Raiola flips it out. He's got his man, Johnson, but he's dragged down immediately by Cody Simon.
4-down territory, Gus. They can't punt the ball away.
Raiola looking. Raiola over the middle and intercepted. Ohio State, their defense today, 2 interceptions to go with 13 tackles for loss.
And how big is that? And so this Buckeye defense pulling their weight here today.
Nebraska denied their bowl eligibility once again. Next week, though, they have a chance at home against UCLA.
He won't make that mistake again. This kid is a smart kid. He's a talented kid. What a good, gutsy performance from him and his teammates.
So the Buckeyes will defeat Nebraska 21-17. Nail biter for Ohio State fans.